Going live.
Okay. So good morning. It's Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022, and it's 9:11 a.m. This is a meeting, Senate Natural Resources and Energy. We're going to have a brief meeting just to organize for what may be the last full week of the Senate. So one thing in terms of keeping track of calendars, the original hoped for date for adjournment was this Friday or Saturday, the 6th or 7th. But we got a notice from the Pro Tem's office yesterday that I think they're saying count on going into at least the beginning of next week. So just so that people know, I think we may be in Monday or more the following week, next week. But I've not assumed that we're going to have any extra time looking at our calendars and stuff. So one piece of work is we received names for people needing confirmation by the Senate and that were assigned to our committee. Jude, do you have access to the list where you are?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So thank you, Senator McCormick. There were a whole crop of 8, I think, named to the Lake Champlain Citizens Advisory Committee. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Senator McCormick kindly agreed to take on all those. So none of these folks need reports. They just need a phone call verifying that they're willing to serve.
So just an update on the phone. I sent Senator McCormick a couple of the phone numbers, but I emailed all the people that are on our list, both that committee and others, and only 2 of them got back to me with phone numbers. Generally, the governor's office sends us phone numbers, but this year we did not get that. She told me to email them. I've reconnected with her and asked her to please send us phone numbers because we need the phone numbers. We can't email somebody with that info. So I'm waiting for her to do that.
Okay.
And I have not done anything. I'm waiting for the phone numbers.
Well, I gave you some. You could start on the ones you have.
All right. Thank you. So for the ones that Senator McCormick didn't take on, Jude, can you tell us how many of those there are? And Three. Okay. And can you say the name and the board to which they're assigned? Because and maybe their town, if that's part of the information, because fairly often we assign because you either know the person or they're in your district.
Yeah, I have Gary Moore. I don't have the town right in front of me. You'll have to wait till I go to a different screen.
Okay.
I have Jamie Dragon and Brad Aldrich. Both of those people sent me phone numbers. And they're not on the Lake Champlain. They're on other boards.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a phone number for Lori Fisher, Bob Fisher, and Jamie Dragon. Those are the only ones out of the 11 people that I emailed.
Okay. And what was the first one? Moore?
Yes, Gary Moore.
Gary Moore.
If you hang on, let me go to another screen. I can tell you what committee.
Okay.
It's just in a different place. Trouble accessing, of course, that file.
I'm picturing you at a panel of monitors like Vanessa on the floor there.
I know. It's
now looks like she's running a stock trading table or something.
Don't we wish we were making money like that? So it should come up now. I'm waiting for a document to open. I'm sorry about this.
No problem.
Um,
We're not in a rush this morning.
Okay. Natural resources, open. Okay, so the first one is Gary Moore.
Yeah.
And he is appointed to he lives in Bradford, to the Connecticut River Valley Flood Control.
Okay.
Hey, I could share my screen.
Okay.
That might be easier. You can see it.
Sure
If that would
thing.
help.
Sure. Great.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one is Brad Aldridge. Can you see it?
Yes.
That's Brad Aldridge, and he lives in Shelburne. And he Natural Resources Board, a member of the Natural Resources Board.
Okay. So I'll call him. He's over in my neck of the woods.
Okay. The next one is Eric Clifford, and he is in Starksboro. And he is the Vermont Citizens Advisory for Lake Champlain.
Okay. I know Eric.
So will you do Eric?
Senator McCormick, so that you don't have to do all 8 of the Citizens Advisory people. I know Eric, if you want me to pick that one up.
All right, I'm willing to do all 8.
Okay, I'll leave that alone then.
Now, do they require reports or?
No.
No, just
No.
Ours require report.
Yeah, so I'll report to the committee. That's not an awful lot of work.
but it's got to be done by this week, right?
Right.
Jude, did you ask the administration?
Yes.
I know that. Did you ask the administration just for the numbers you didn't have, or for the whole list?
I asked them for the entire list.
That's good, okay. I'd like to have it just all in one communication.
Okay, and Wayne Elliott is from Essex Junction, and he is a member of the Lake Champlain Advisory Board. The next one is Robert Fisher. He lives in Barry, and he is on the Lake Champlain Committee. The next one is Lori Fisher, is Williston, and she's on the Lake Champlain. And then Mark Naud is in South Hero, and he is also on the Lake Champlain Committee. And Denise Smith in St. Albans is on the Lake Champlain Committee. And Hillary Solomon is in Middletown Springs, is a member of the Lake Champlain Advisory. Jeff Wenberg in Rutland is on the Lake Champlain Advisory. Jamie Dragon, who lives in Stowe, is on the Fish and Wildlife Board, appointed to the Fish and Wildlife Board.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, and the only people I don't, where was Gary Moore? I didn't notice.
The first one, Gary was the first one, right here. And he is in Bradford.
Bradford, okay.
And he was appointed to the Connecticut River Valley Flood Control.
Flood Control Commission, okay. So, just looking at where people are.
Yeah, I'm hoping that.
Senator McDonald, can you call Mr. Moore here?
Yes.
Gary Moore, okay. And Jamie Dragon. Do you happen to know Mr. Dragon? Senator
It's
McDonald?
I believe it's a woman.
Oh, sorry. Do you happen to know Ms. Dragon?
No, but where does she live?
Stowe,
I don't do that.
okay. So,
Unless one, I was
Great.
gonna say, Senator Westman, but he's not still anymore.
right, okay. So if you do Ms. Dragon and Mr. Moore, I'll do Mr. Aldrich. And then thanks, Senator McCormick, you have the balance. Then we got, and if everyone could make their calls and just get a confirmation that these people are still interested in serving by Thursday. I'd like to be able to vote it Thursday, confirm on Thursday's meeting so that they can be in the Senate calendar for Friday in case we do our Friday routine of sort of mass approvals.
Jude, should I expect to hear from you or should I expect to hear from the administration?
You will not hear from the administration. I am hoping to hear from her today.
So I will be looking for something from you.
Yes.
Okay.
As will I, is that correct?
Yes.
Gary Moore and Ms. Dragon.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, great. So that's thank you, everyone. That's confirmations and Jude, so I can share a screen. Let me get that ready. That. Oops.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
what stage of passage is H466 in now?
That's exactly where I'm going.
Oh, I'm trying to find out.
But I just,
466.
Yeah,
so,
surface water.
so the strange thing about screen sharing is you can't really tell what the room sees. Can everyone see a spreadsheet with bills
Yes.
on it? All
It
right.
would be more readable if it were
Bigger?
enlarged a little bit, yeah.
Okay, tell me how much.
10%. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So this is a list of, I think, I have to go through it again and make sure, but the rightmost column, it says location. I was tracking all our bills for where things are. So the bottle bill, I believe it's in finance. I was not in there Friday. Senator McDonald, I don't know if you,
So the chair of finance said that she had received a large number of people that wanted to testify on the bill. Off to the pro tem's office about 25 minutes ago.
Okay, all right, so thank you. 411, the wanton waste, so-called wanton waste bill that we voted out last week. The House has already concurred on the 29th, which I think was Friday. Now it should be, eventually off to the governor. 446, the miscellaneous bill, the housekeeping bill for A&R, is been referred to finance, I believe. I have to double check. It also, 446 contains 501, the food depackaging bill. Interbasin transfers, 466 is up on the floor.
Are there any amendments to that from agriculture?
No, I'm sorry, my mistake here. I have it in the wrong place. I think it's on, well, Senate floor. I think it's on notice. Sorry, I didn't get to double check all these this morning.
Yeah, Chris, we had a token session yesterday.
Right.
So I think we have no notice calendar.
Okay. And yes.
And I cannot find H466 in today's calendar.
Okay. I'm looking at.
That's the one that I have holding in my hand. It is now a 5-0 vote.
Okay, great. For 4-6, right.
466.
And I will take that upstairs when you release me.
Okay, so.
Then you've got the bill here?
No, you're getting the two numbers.
Yeah.
These are confusing.
Yeah.
446 is miscellaneous. Senator McDonald's got 446. 466 is water, and we sent it off to Ag. As everyone knows, they voted an amendment to it, and it came out on
Mr. Chair,
Friday.
I have 446.
Great.
What? Say it again.
446.
We were talking about 466.
Okay, so Senator McDonald can bring 4-6 upstairs. 6-6 is it's been voted by Ag. They do have an amendment, and we'll have to track that down. It should be on the calendar in one place or another. The only thing is it might have gotten an automatic referral, so maybe it's back off the calendar already and into a money committee.
Yeah, but before we go any further on that, we now have, if I understand it, you and Senator Starr, or maybe it was you and Chris, have worked out like a script of what we're going to do, like that the Senate, that Natural Resources will report first, and then they're going to report, and we're going to accept their amendments. We haven't heard about their amendments yet.
They came and presented it on Friday.
Was that when I was out of the room?
I didn't hear that.
Don't know.
News to me.
No, I believe you were there.
Well, so you could always go back and play the YouTube version, or we can also talk about it.
Yeah, but are we going to accept all of their amendments? Because it's strike all, which leads me to wonder if we just want them to report.
We still have to report our bill.
But the report could be, the Agriculture Committee is offering a strike all that we find acceptable, hand it off to them.
We own it was our, well, anyways, we can talk about the script for the floor, but it is correct. I'll have to go back and review Friday. Mr. O'Grady walked us through it. I think Senator Pearson stopped in. The committee didn't have questions, and I will have to look, because I don't remember if we took a formal committee position, which we certainly want to before it's on the floor. So I'm going to ask everyone to refresh their memory. All of us watch Friday over again. I'm going to have to see exactly how we left it legally. Did we actually vote the amendment? If not, then I'll get in touch with everyone, or we'll do it tomorrow morning in this committee, 5 minutes.
There were a bunch of back and forths on who was reporting. For example, I came in this morning expecting to report H500.
Okay.
So if you're going to do that, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
But am I still doing H466?
Yes. Yeah, that's never
Okay.
changed. 500, when we reported it out, my name was on it. I turned it in. That's never, I never changed.
When we finished that committee meeting, I had been assigned it. And when I went up to hand it in, they told me, much to my surprise, that it had already been handed in.
Right. Okay.
So
So 466 will nail down the exact what we need to do, whether we need a formal poll on it. We want to have a formal committee position on it.
okay.
So I'm going to keep going on the list numerically. 492, the NRB, we didn't take that up as an individual bill because the House put it on S234, our Act 250 bill. And so that is on the House floor, I think, today. Then we're up to 500. That's on the floor today. I'll report that one. 501, food depackaging, that we amended it on Friday and we put it into H446, the miscellaneous A&R bill. That bill's gotten referred to finance. 518, the act relating to municipal energy resilience initiatives, basically, the $35 million to be granted to help people do energy efficient municipal buildings. That's in finance. 523, an act relating to hydrofluorocarbon emissions. Third reading today on the floor, Senator McCormick.
I'm sorry, I was looking for something else. What am I doing?
I think you're just there to witness its passage. I don't know if there'll be any questions, but it's up for third reading today.
Third, yeah. I don't expect any, but I'm ready if they have any.
Okay.
I don't expect anything.
606 is on the calendar for third reading. That's the 30 by 30 bill. 697, reserve forest land enrollment in UVA. I think that's gone to appropriations. The clean heat standard 715, it's on the House action calendar. Talked to Chair Briglin yesterday. They may just concur, but they're thinking about a little something. So we'll let that sort itself out. 129, the act relating to, so on S bills, Fish and Wildlife Board, we have a draft letter that is languished, frankly. So we'll need to pick that up and just finalize the letter, send it off to the commissioner. 148, an act relating to environmental justice. I think it's now out of House approps and coming to the floor. S201, the leg hold trap bill, is still in House Natural Resource, Fish and Wildlife.
Don't they check that every 24 hours?
I have been checking that more often than every 24 hours just lately to see if that gets moving again. There's enough time, and I hope to see it come out. 232, the RES. So we decided not to move that. There was enough other things to do. 235, ag businesses. That actually got incorporated into S234. So we'll see that again coming back from the House. 272. So that was the, we did not end up taking that and moving that. 282, food DPAC. Our food DPAC metamorphized into H501, which has now come back. And that's a mistake right there. I said in 234, it's in H446. And then finally, the $80 million, I just want to mention this one, right? S284, weatherization. So we have some language and it's traveling in the budget. So from my point of view, I want to make sure that, I think the money is fine. I just want to make sure that any language we had related to supporting workforce training and development, as well as resetting the target for how many homes to weatherize by what year, that doesn't get dropped in the baton pass between all these different things. So I'll send everyone this list, but we have a lot still, a lot of balls still in the air. I think they're all on track. The only one I'm concerned about is 201. I think all the rest are tracking, especially now that we know we have at least one extra calendar day for the session. But I wanted to pass this along. So I'm going to double check some of the ones on like finance and to be absolutely sure. And then I'll send it out again to the committee so that you don't have to go digging around the website to try to find where things are at the moment. So that's that. So I'm going to stop sharing and go back to, so I should put that back up again I don't know how many, based on that list of bills, I'm not sure how many things we will see in terms of a committee of conference. When I look at it, I think most of the controversies have been sorted out on one side or the other. And that changes that we sent, for instance, on wanton waste, we struck recklessly from the bill. But that's it. So we'll see. It may well be that both sides are sending things that we find agreeable. We can just concur, but I won't assume that. If you have a real interest in any bill and being on the committee of conference of it, if it goes to conference, please take a look at the list and let me know. Again, I know you don't have the list in hand, but I'll be sending it out after I double check the status of a couple of these boxes after committee and maybe before floor. So I don't want anyone who wanted to be on a committee of conference on a particular bill to miss it because I simply didn't know. And then the last thing I had on our check-in for this morning was asking Senator Westman to run down the S-284, the weatherization bill, and the language that's in the budget. He's not here, so I'll reach out directly to him and ask him to chase that down on our behalf. And that is it for this morning. It's like a housekeeping morning. That's about it. Anything from anyone in the room? Jude, do you know of anything we should be attending to that we didn't talk about yet this morning?
No, I'm just, waiting for those phone numbers from the governor's office. I'll get them as soon as I can. And also, could you please make sure you send me a copy of that list you just showed us?
Yes, absolutely. And you could post it. Okay, so I think